toasting, joking too. Sipping and roasting is what we do. Light 'em up, drink 'em down. Whiskey and cigars all around. Cheers, y'all.
Well.
That sounds like a party just about to begin, ladies and gentlemen.
Or it sounds like I was choking on something.
Oh.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza known internationally as the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. It's show number 461. We're all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And we're enjoying some cigars today because we are on location outside one of the front entrances. There's like 9 entrances to Eculent.
There is.
And we're back at one of our favorite places in the world, Eculent in Kemah, Texas.
This place has so many like nooks and crannies just walking around.
Lots of hidden things.
It's so cool, and that's before they bring out the food. And this is the first show where we really kind of get into the holiday spirit. You know, Thanksgiving behind us now, Christmas ahead. We're starting to think in a holiday way, and I think it's perfect to celebrate the holidays here at Eculent because, as you can see, spread out in front of us here is exactly what I want under the tree this year.
Christmas miracle.
It's what I want under the tree this year. So if anybody's watching and wants to contribute to the Smokin' and Toastin' Cruise Christmas Fund, that's what your money will go for. So thanks for joining us. Chef David Skinner is here, one of our favorite guests, and not just because of the deliciousness of his wares, both food and cocktails, but you've also got your Courtney, your cocktail specialist, standing by with some good things for us.
We have some really incredible things today.
Last time we were here, we had a number of incredible cocktails, but the one that was the most memorable was the one where the glass was like a big egg.
Yeah, the mask.
And there was a hole cut out of it. You put your face in there and then drink, and it was such a great, it was a delicious cocktail and a great experience. Just the way it just forced the aromatics of it all up into your sinuses, and it was just wow. It was so cool. So I can't wait to see what we've got planned for today. So we'll have a number of cocktails. We'll also be trying some beers, and as you can see, there are a number of spirits on offer here at Eculent. So it gets pretty exciting when you break out the meticulous spirits. Yeah, so
I agree.
And we've had a number of these before and found them to be wonderful. So Ian, I know you were dreading today's show. So.
Yeah, look, you see what we have to deal with, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and again. Just picture that with a Christmas tree behind it. That's what I want.
There you go. Oh, I can put bows on it and balls.
That's what I wanted to look like at my house this year.
There we go.
So, depending on how much time we have brought along some beers from R.A.R Brewing Company in Blanco, Texas. We'll be trying, I hope, their Belgian white called Solar Myth.
Okay.
So that's a very.
I'm a fan of real ale. So
yeah, and we haven't had their Belgian white. So
pretty much anything. I haven't had their Belgian white before.
Now there's a brewery in Fort Worth, Texas. We've had some of their beers on before called R.A.R. They are R.A.H.R. is how you spell it, and I assume that's like a family name, like R.A.R. and Sons, right? There's another brewery out of Cambridge, Maryland, called R.A.R Brewing, but this is R.A.R. R.A.R. Brewing, and we'll be trying their IPA, their hazy IPA called Marylan, and it's spelled like Maryland but without the D, but on the can, as you'll see when we get there, is a picture of Marilyn Monroe. So I think that's what they're going for. And finally, from Ashville, North Carolina, and the Burial Beer Company.
Have we had anything from
I don't think we have, and it's kind of a weird brewery name. But we'll be trying their Imperial Stout called Walking Through the Abyss into Nowhere. So
it's a very epic name.
Yes. So a lot of cool things going on in today's show, and we're excited to be outdoors. I know you've already lit up a cigar. What are you smoking there, Ian?
So this is the Oliva Serie V 135th anniversary. And I think if you've ever heard this show before, you know that I'm a big fan of this cigar.
And you and I have split a box of these, as I recall.
Yes.
Is this still from that box?
No.
Oh, I think I've got one left. One in the humidor. I'm saving it.
No, I beat up those boxes. When I get these cigars, I beat them up pretty hard because I like them so much. So every once in a while, like I was in Stout the other day, which is a cigar shop here in Texas, and I picked up a few extras because they had them on sale.
Nice. I love that. All right, well, we'll get your thoughts on that cigar as you smoke it. I'm enjoying one. I actually reviewed this one not too long ago, but I couldn't resist bringing it along today. This is the Aging Room Cuatro Nicaragua, and it is blended by some guy I'm not familiar with named AJ Fernandez. So, I don't know if I've ever mentioned him on the show before.
I don't think so.
He'll be an enigma. So we're excited to be here. We're excited to enjoy and taste and tell you what we're getting. I'm pretty sure we're going to enjoy it all because the track record so far has been nothing short of amazing. So excited about that. We'll bring you the most popular segment on the program. It's a thing we do in the second hour called Drinking News. And our Drinking News, I have to hold the mic for you when you're two-handed ukulele. Drinking News teaser headline for today is He Who Smelt It Was Doing Breathing Exercises. Yeah, so.
It's a little twist at the end of that one.
Yeah, and then an almost related teaser headline for the Drunken Fact, which we'll do here in a few moments. And the Drunken Fact is where we bring you a fact that we know to be true because we found it on the internet. And you can use this as information to drop at your next party when everybody's getting a little loose and you want to, drop some knowledge on them, be the hit of the party. If you just remember the Drunken Fact, it'll give you something to work with. Our teaser headline for the Drunken Fact today is Impossible to Flush.
Ooh.
Yeah, thank you for going minor there. I appreciate that. In the British sitcom Coupling, they refer to that as unflushable.
Unflushable.
Yeah, so I probably should have just said unflushable. But anyway, we'll tell you about some cigars to watch for. We talked about a new, I don't think we brought you this news last week. We may have hinted at it. A new bill that will raise the cigar tax again in New Jersey to an impossible number. And we'll talk about spirits and cocktails. One of the things about Eculent, and Eculent is, I don't want anybody to come here and not understand what this place is. This is a fine dining establishment. What you're going to get are those kind of chef creations, like you see them making on TV. You're like, oh, that's amazing. How do they do that? And I don't know how they do it, but they do it here. And Chef Skinner has packed this menu with things that are unique that you just won't find on other menus, other places. And I just love that. So what I'm getting at, perfect date spot.
Absolutely.
Perfect date spot. You want to impress that date? Yeah, come and ask them what to order because they will not steer you wrong.
Yeah,
I promise. So.
And the nice thing is we now we'll take walk-ins besides reservations. We're open 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
And is that 7 days?
That's Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And we have an a la carte menu in addition to the tasting menu. So,
nice.
You want to come and impress your date with the place, but don't want to break the bank? Not a problem.
And I'm guessing everything on the menu is completely different than it was the last time I ate here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the thing. If you've been here before and you're like,
I did that once.
Something new. Yeah, no, it'll be completely different.
If anything else, Eculent evolves.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
What does Eculent mean? Is that
So I wanted the word esculent, which means to be eaten in Latin. It was taken, but I liked the name so much, I was like, ooh, if I take the S out, would that make it work? And sure enough, no one had Eculent.
And so you made your own word.
So I made my own word from a derivative from a Latin word. And then I always just tell people, I'm the S that's missing.
Hey, man, if Shakespeare can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Well, I think it's time for us to try the little beverage that I poured.
We've been waiting a long time.
One of the things we like to do here on the show,
the beverage of mystery.
The beverage of mystery is where one of us will bring a drink of some sort. Sometimes alcohol. Most of the time it's an alcohol drink. But sometimes it's like a THC seltzer. Every now and then it's a alcohol-free beer or spirit or something. But this is one where we'll try it without knowing what it is, so we're not biased in any way towards the beverage at hand. I'm the only one who knows this because I brought it.
This looks suspiciously beer-like, maybe amber ale or something like that. Also,
it smells a bit beer-like.
I haven't smelled it yet, but I was going to say it also could be like a root beer.
No.
But the bubbles are too small, I think.
Too small.
Oh, it does smell like beer.
Small bubble root beer sounds like a cool name, though. If you can make a root beer with really small.
We could.
Okay.
That's nice.
So nitro, like a nitro amber?
Do you think? Yeah. I just threw you off there, didn't I?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. What do you think it is, Seth?
Yeah. Something like that.
It's very malty, which I thought.
It's got a lot of complexity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got quite a bit of bitter on the end too.
It does.
Like in an ESB, like an extra special bitters kind of way, not like in a something's gone wrong, or not even really in a coffee kind of way.
Right. Yeah. It's not really that. It's a darker ale, but it's not coffee. Well, I thought I would give you guys a break because I don't remember what I brought the last time we were here, but I don't think it was very good because a lot of the beverages of mystery are not. Yeah.
Well, I can't say that, can I?
Mark it down, Terry. That'll have to be edited out. You can for the podcast portion, but for the on the air.
It was not good. It was some nasty berry White Claw thing.
Yeah. Yes. And White Claw is actually probably one of the better ones of those too.
So the question here is then, is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket, or are you just happy to be here?
Well, I did have it in my pocket. It was extremely uncomfortable, so I moved it over to my little beverage case here. We are drinking a Deschutes Jubile Ale. It is their festive winter ale.
Okay.
And I realize this is something we could have done just as one of our regular beers, but I wanted to give you guys a break. You put up with so many, not so great beverages of mystery that I brought, and you've handled them like professionals. Except for Chef, who dropped the S word.
Jubile Ale features notes of spice, a robust malt character, hints of toffee, and dusted cocoa. And I would go with that. This is delicious.
Yeah. It really is. Deschutes is a great brewery. They've been around for a while. They're still around, which is a thing. And there's a lot of breweries in Colorado, but these guys are one of the better ones. And I just thought it'd be perfect to get us in that holiday spirit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's definitely a winter ale, a Jubile Ale.
I've been enjoying some of the Christmas ales coming out. A friend of mine came over last night to visit for a little bit, and he brought the St. Bernardus Christmas Ale, which I will bring on the show at some point, and it is pretty outrageous.
One of my biggest sad things about the whole beer industry is that we will not have this year the Christmas ale from Anchor.
From Anchor, yes. That was one to look forward to every year because it was not the same every year. It was different.
Always a little bit different.
Every year a little different.
And every year just fantastic.
And every year was...
Yeah, just they hit it out of the park. But this is one, I remember seeing this. I don't think we tried it last year, but I remember seeing it last year. So this is one I think you can get. It's a seasonal, but it will return.
I think from Deschutes, though, it's difficult to get something bad from them.
Agreed.
They're just one of those breweries where if you see their name on it, it's going to be a good beer.
It's kind of like when you're at Eculent and you're looking at the menu going, I wonder if I'll like this.
Exactly.
And the answer is yes. You're going to like it. I don't care what you order. It's going to be amazing. So,
Trust the menu.
That's right.
That's right.
But Deschutes is like that. They're definitely a very reputable, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Deschutes is the Colorado brewery that is employee owned. Which is also a very cool thing. Yeah.
It says owned since employee and family owned since 1988.
So the family probably founded it, started it, and then allowed the employees to work their way into.
Born in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, it's Bend, Oregon. See, I was thinking Colorado, so I apologize. I got that wrong. Usually, I write down where these come from in my notes, but I didn't do that because it was the beverage of mystery. So, all right. Well, that was a good one to start with. We'll get to the drunken fact, and we'll get to our first cocktail coming up in the next segment. It's Smoking and Toasting on location at Eculent. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Hi, welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We are on location at Eculent, and we're celebrating the holidays. And I don't know if this is a holiday cocktail, but it kind of has that vibe about it. Because can you see that on the camera, Terry? That there's like a half a lemon floating in there, or is that a whole lemon?
Not a lemon.
It's not a lemon. Okay.
Not a lemon.
So you're going to tell us what this is, Courtney, from Eculent. Courtney made these wonderful things. If that's not a lemon, I touched it. I thought it was a lemon. What is that that's floating in there?
All right, so this is our Popplewell cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
The ice in it is an orange ice. So that is an orange fat ice for you guys.
Wow, that is so cool.
So
I'm so excited. So what's in the cocktail?
So the bottom, more orange coloring is going to be a citrus base. So it's going to have orange and pineapple in it. And then the more purple is going to be a butterfly pea tea with our version of Imperial gin. So it's supposed to have like a little color changing effect if you actually like swirl it a little bit, or if you want to keep the beautiful layers, you're more than welcome to.
If I swirl it out, I don't want to spill a drop of this. Is the citrus stuff on the bottom, is that heavier? Is that why it stays on the bottom?
Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited to try
Different
this.
viscosity.
Wow, that is so complex and so interesting. And then there's this amazing sweetness that comes late. Like when you first take it, you get kind of the complexity, a little bit of the gin and some of the citrus on the palate. But then after you swallow, you gotta wait for it just a few seconds, and here comes some real sweetness. That's amazing.
It's so interestingly sweet and floral, but it's not sickly sweet. It's it's pleasantly sweet. It does, however, leave a little sticky on the lips, which is really, really nice too.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a wonderful thing.
You get to taste it a little bit. If you have a mustache like me, you get to taste it for a little while afterwards. The ice is so intriguing in there because I'm watching it as it melts a little bit.
Yeah,
it leaves a little bit of orange around there. So my first sip was nowhere near the ice, and it tasted floral. Then I got a little closer to it, and then it tasted floral and fruit almost. Like, it's incredibly interesting. Your mind is very twisted, sir.
Yes, it is.
So
that's why you like to come here.
The floral obviously is from the gin.
The gin,
yeah. But if you're a person that doesn't drink a lot of gin or gin drinks because of the
overpowering
juniper flavor,
that's not here at all. The sweetness just kind of counteracts that, makes it all blend together, and so you get a wonderful floral expression, but it's not overwhelming.
The juniper's there, but as an interesting note, not as a
it doesn't take over the entire
It doesn't taste like you licked a pine tree.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this is exceptional. And it's interesting because if I were just looking at the menu, this might not be the one I would order, because I would think, okay, yeah, gin's okay, but let me try this one with bourbon in it, or let me try this one with rum. But man, this is not to be missed. This is amazing. Wow. And so the last time we were here,
the bottom layer again?
Citrus.
All citrus. Wow,
and some pineapple too, right? Yeah.
And then the ice is made out of citrus.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is crazy.
That's amazing. I want this every morning in my orange juice.
There you go.
You're absolutely right. This would be a perfect, like if you're out for a brunch or something like that, and you might order a Bellini or something like that. This would be a perfect other thing to try for that. This is spectacular.
It's not just for breakfast though. It's really, really quite good.
Right. Now, when we were here the last time, Chef, I think did we have 6 cocktails?
6 cocktails.
6 cocktails. So obviously we're going to have different ones today. Does the cocktail menu change in the same way that your food menu changes?
Every week. We're adding new cocktails.
Wow. So you might not be able to find this one on the menu by the time you get down here, but there'll be something else equally as interesting and that's amazing. See, I'm a quasi okay bartender at home. Like, I can make good martinis, I can make a really great margarita. I learn a new drink maybe once every 6 months. You're learning a whole bunch of them every week, or creating a whole bunch of them practically from scratch.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, my idea of making a cocktail for myself is I'll pour bourbon in a glass, and then I'll put a piece of ice in it.
And that's 2 elements, so that makes it a cocktail.
It makes it a cocktail.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's mostly because I'm lazy at the house. My wife will buy ingredients and find recipes and make all kinds of interesting things. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But it's always fun to try stuff. I love the variety on a menu. I love that when you come in here, you're not always getting the same thing. Do you have on the menu, as far as your drinks go, do you have some staples that are always there? Always. So you have like a core menu, but then you always have
we're always adding new things. Because we make everything here. So all the liqueurs, all the infusions, bitters, you name it, we make everything.
Including the spirits.
That's
amazing.
And we'll get into that a little bit because I want to ask how the whole spirits thing started. But we have a lot to taste and a lot to talk about. It's Smoking and Toasting, show number 461, on location, celebrating the holidays at Eculent. And boy, can you celebrate with this. This is fantastic.
Cheers.
We'll be right back. Yes, that sound welcomes us back to Smoking and Toasting, our show about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars, heard around the country on great radio stations. Thank you guys for having us, to our radio affiliates. And if you are someplace where they don't have Smoking and Toasting on the radio, we're just stealing a page from the old MTV campaign and asking you to call the general manager of your local talk station and say, I want my S&T. He will have no idea what you're talking about, but that'll give you a chance to explain and tell him why it's such a wonderful thing. Speaking of wonderful things, I've just about downed this entire cocktail, and I see Ian is way ahead of me.
I'm on the tail end of this.
Chef, tell me the name of this one again that we tried in the first.
The Popplewell.
Popplewell. Okay. And Terry will have the name, I think, in the show notes. And this is this one that's on the menu regularly, or is this a special one? Oh, okay. So you can come here and find this one. And you will want to, because this orange floating ice thing is just an absolute treasure. It just makes it. Ian, you polished yours off.
I polished mine off, and I'm waiting for the little ice ball to melt because I want to taste just the ice ball for fun.
See, that's what happens when you buy a cocktail like this.
That's
you
right. You get a lot of fun.
Explore, a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, you brought out the coolest presentation of a cherry tomato that I've ever seen. What is this exactly?
So this is one of our signature dishes at Eculent. It's one that we've been famous for 10 years. This is our bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
Well,
are you already in on it?
Yeah, you just pop the whole thing.
That may be the best BLT I've ever had. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Wow. Obviously, you've opened up the cherry tomato. You've got something inside there. What all is in there?
Yeah, so we freeze dry iceberg lettuce.
Really?
That's the key to it. Yeah.
Wow.
And then little dehydrated bacon and some breadcrumbs.
It's interesting because the inside of it is moist. You have, I guess, the breadcrumbs and the bacon, but you get the lettuce flavor without the wilty lettuce flavor.
It. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we have to freeze dry it. It took me about 3 months to figure it out.
And you can make these at home. Just use your own freeze-dried lettuce.
At home.
And,
Exactly.
Yeah. It's boy, that's fantastic.
So when you freeze dry, does it just crumble up at that point?
No, we have to crumble it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it stays whole.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's so interesting.
Just fantastic. And when you order it, do you just get the one, or do you get a plate with several? You get three. Okay. Very cool.
This is like if you've ever been to a tapas bar where you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's very similar in this presentation because you're trying these bites, but each one of these, like your salad,
the Caesar salad.
Caesar salad is one leaf with everything on top of it. And it's so delicious. It's so light and wonderful. And then you go to something like this, and you could try just so many things. How many things like this do you have on the menu?
Well, when we had Eculent, it was 30 courses. So you would basically get 30 different presentations like this.
Wow.
The new version that we have what we call a Taste of Eculent, which is 13 of kind of our most famous courses. Yeah. Which the BLT and the Caesar salad are both on.
Yeah, deservedly so.
And I tell people it's the perfect thing if you're on a GLP-1. So if you're on Ozempic, you're perfect because after the 13 bites, you're good. And you had 13 different things rather than
13 taste explosions.
Explosions, yes, rather than just one piece of steak or something.
I love it.
So.
I love it. Ian, you poured us our first beer. This is from the Blanco, Texas brewery called R.A.R Ale Brewing. And if you're in the Texas Hill Country, R.A.R Ale is a must stop.
It's a beautiful brewery. You drive up this kind of dirt road and park, and then you walk up to this facility where you go up to the second floor, and there's a beautiful deck and balcony overlooking and the whole tap room inside. And you can, on the inside of the tap room, you can overlook the brewing facilities and everything. It's absolutely amazing.
And they're so serious about their beer too. They almost should call it Real Serious Ale because they're such perfectionists.
R.A.R Ale makes some staples. Nice. The coffee porter from R.A.R Ale uses Katz's coffee. Mm-hmm. And it was, when it first came out, it was such a celebrated thing that for the first few years, they would have a R.A.R Ale coffee porter fest.
Wow.
Or release where they'd have bands playing and all this other stuff. And if you got a ticket to that, it was special. Like, you would show up and they were pouring it. There was I don't think there was tickets for the drinks. They were pouring it. It was amazing. And coffee porter was something we waited for every year.
So I just want to say, I find Belgian white to be not necessarily my favorite style of beer. It can be a little off-putting, can be a little harsh. But this is so easy to drink.
It's very easy.
And still has that Belgian white flavor to it. And I'm not sure exactly what that comes from. I don't know enough about Belgian whites to really speak on it. Maybe you do. But
Belgian white ales in general are not my super favorite, but there's a few out there that are so stellar that I'll order no matter what. Wheat ales in general are just not my thing, but there's a few out there, and this is one of them, right? One of them. I just found out right now. Like, I was this old when I figured this out. But this is absolutely fantastic. And Celis is one of the most famous ones. Celis White,
out of the Austin area.
One of the most famous of the Belgian.
In fact, that's kind of their signature beer there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just in the area. Maybe it's a Texas thing, because there's a couple other breweries in the area that make an amazing wheat ale. Mm-hmm. And I absolutely love, like, 3 different wheat ales that I normally wouldn't reach for, but this is fantastic.
This one is extremely balanced, leaves that little bit of bitter on the finish, which lets you know you're having Belgian white.
Of course, there's a little banana on the back.
I was going to say, it's got a little fruitiness to it, too.
Have some fruitiness, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little banana. Nice. You expect a banana when you're having a wheat ale.
Right. That, or even like a Hefeweizen often has that banana. But the banana is a little more subtle here. It's just part of that really incredible mix of flavors. Probably one of the most flavorful whites I've ever had.
Now, if you take it to a Hefeweizen, you're going to add a little bit of funk to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also
can be good.
Nice, yes.
All right. Well, I figure that's exceptional.
And again, here we go. A Texas brewery, Live Oak from Austin, makes one of the best Hefeweizens that exists.
Live Oak is
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're absolutely wonderful. Just wanted to mention a big thanks. If you caught last week's show, there were so many times in last week's show I was just incapacitated from laughter, because we want to thank our special guest last week, Houston area television and radio personality Grego, who joined us on the show, and I think he had more fun than we did.
Was that a show? I thought we were just hanging out.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was like no structure whatsoever. I'm sure our radio affiliates were like, "What is going on?" But it was super fun. He loved cigars and enjoyed the drinks and stuff with us, and it was just great fun. And so Grego is officially welcome back on this program anytime.
That guy also has an incredibly distinctive voice.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got a radio voice, I guess they would say. Yeah. One of my favorite T-shirts is one we got for our White Elephant thing that the company does every year. And when you unfurl it, it says, "Don't make me use my radio voice." Hey, everybody. Hey. That's kind of a thing. But this white ale, I just want to go back to it for a moment, because that may be my favorite white ale I've ever had.
Coming in at 5.2%. Not a whole lot of other information on here other than, R.A.R Brewing and Belgian white.
And it's called Solar Myth. I don't know what that is about either, but It's
They always have the interesting
it's pretty darn wonderful.
artwork.
It is nice.
Terry, I'm operating without a clock, so how are we doing on this segment? Do I got?
Yeah, we're good. Let's see. We where are we on
This is the.
Yeah, we still got 5 minutes on this one because
Oh,
it's a
my
long
goodness.
one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Next cocktail then?
I thought this was the shorter one. Okay, then I feel better. Sure. We have time for a cocktail?
We always have time for a cocktail.
We have
Well,
time for a
I
cocktail.
misspoke. I didn't mean to ask you that way. I just want to point out that now I'm getting the melt off from this orange.
Yeah, I just want to point out now that I just went ahead and put that whole thing in my mouth and it was delicious. It was just like a frozen orange juice, delicious.
It's kind of like a popsicle pop.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was great. It was great. Like that was just so enjoyable. It was just right because you could just at that point go ahead and crunch it up, and it was the last.
So I just drank. I'd kind of finished the cocktail, so everything that was in here was just melting from this ice, and it was like the most. Did you ever get like a fresh squeezed orange juice? And it's so orangey, it just like explodes with orange flavor in your mouth. That's kind of what that's like.
And that's what we do. We fresh squeeze it to make the ice.
So how do you freeze oranges? Does it freeze?
It will freeze.
Yeah. So and that's essentially what that is. It's just
we put it in a
frozen
bowl.
Do
fresh
you have
freeze
a
it.
process for coming up with new drinks?
Yeah.
I mean, do you sit around and like sometimes you have an idea, you have a notebook or something, you go, here's an idea I have, and then you revisit it, or are you the guy who comes up with one
Gets
idea
in there and
then
just
Yeah, you wake up like Keith Richards in the middle of the night and write this down. Oh my gosh.
Pretty much. Yeah. If I slept. If I slept.
Okay, yeah, I got to remember that.
Yeah.
That wasn't the one though. Which one was it? It was one of the most famous Stones songs ever that he came up with the riff in the middle of the night.
Yeah, he did. Just like rolled over, wrote it, and then like went back to bed and the next day.
It wasn't Start Me Up, but it was one of their more
I'm
famous
always
ones.
interested about the process. The creative process that goes into it, because lots of people work different ways. So I didn't know if you had a list, or maybe you start off with like you go, I have this vodka, I need to create something, or I have a gin. What's going on with this gin profile? Or maybe you just have an idea for the way a drink looks, and you go, what makes it look this way? I don't know.
Yeah, so it's there's a process, but it's very chaotic. Let's put it that way.
Very chaotic. So what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so it might start with an ingredient. So I'm always scouring internet, travel, whatever, looking for new ingredients. And so
Things you haven't tried before.
Yeah, things I haven't tried. And so I'll get something and I'll bring it in. I'm like, wow, this is really interesting, or whatever, what could we do with this? And Courtney and Evan and I will sit around and figure out something. And a lot of stuff we do, we don't like.
I was going to say, when do you know you found it?
When it tastes good.
That makes sense.
Can I see that
Yeah.
for a moment?
Is that similar to your the way you would cook things and come up with new? Yeah.
Especially since this is melting in now. It looks like something from the Dune universe.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Right? Like Moadib is drinking this.
Yeah.
Well, and the fun part is...
If he leaves it there too long, I'm going to come over there and take it from him.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can. The fun part is, so you didn't see it before the color change. So when we pour the gin in to start, it's basically bright blue, okay?
Really?
And the acid changes it to pinky purple. And so it's when we drop the citrus in that all of a sudden you get the color change.
Interesting.
Right? So we play around with some things that are like that. And then, and so, it could be, we start with, we get a crazy piece of glass in, right? So I'll have people, blow crazy cocktail glasses for us. And we'll
like
get
the one that we use.
Yeah, like the mask.
The mask
like
that we put our
mask,
face
which
into.
nobody's got a mask, like that. And the whole idea was, well, if you wanted to create a cocktail that has huge aromatics, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you didn't want the cocktail itself to be overpowered, well, how would you do that? Well, what if you could have the aromatics outside the cocktail, but yet close enough that you really get it, right? And so,
okay,
boom,
I'm fascinated. I know Terry's getting this on the camera, but she's doing something to these drinks where she's using some sort of a bubble gun.
Yeah, the wind's not our friend out here.
To blow a bubble of deliciousness, I think, into the cocktail, and then it's smoked.
Oh, I see. I see. No, it was awesome. I got one awesome one on camera.
Yeah.
The wind.
Look at that. Yeah. All right. So what is it that you're putting in here in bubble form? Cinnamon. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is the bubble supposed to sit here for a moment? Okay.
Yeah, normally does if
and
it's
unfortunately,
inside.
we're outside.
We're
so
outside,
We're
it is.
feeding that. But
I got
Oh.
one perfect one which just went poof, and then it just just popped.
I love
But
this
you need
already
the
on the
cinnamon.
nose.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about Courtney.
Come on,
Come over
Courtney.
here and tell us about this drink.
All right, so this is going to be our Sleepy Hollow.
Oh.
So it is supposed to be topped with the cinnamon smoke to give that beautiful aromatic smell.
That's the sort of Headless Horseman part of it?
Kind of.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got
you
you.
pop it and the head goes away.
But the actual cocktail is going to be our bourbon made with blood orange juice, a little bit of cranberry, and our rosemary turbinado, orange bitters, and a little bit of the blood orange zest.
Mm.
that blood orange lends a tartness to it.
Yep.
That, and I think the cranberry
And the
lends this little
cranberry.
tartness to
Ooh.
it that's really, really nice.
This is doing so much on a flavor dancing on your palate sort of a way. Thoughts?
You know, it's interesting too because the first sip I took was very just a small conservative sip of it, just to get the flavor on my lips and everything. The second sip I took was much bigger, and there's different things that happen.
Yeah.
Depending
There's
on
layers to it.
yeah, there's layers.
Mhm.
Shrek. They come through in this, and it's really interesting because that cranberry is doing a lot of heavy lifting in here, and then it's adding a little tartness.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You could probably nail that it's cranberry, but it's very interesting.
All right. So we'll talk more about this when we come back because this is going to take a little while to unpack, quite honestly. There's so much going on in this drink. But it is delicious. It's not just complex. It's also delicious. We'll talk more about it when we come back, and there's still more to come, including some cigars to watch for that we'll tell you about. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It is Smoking and Toasting. We are on location at Eculent in Kemah, Texas, which is not only an amazing place to eat, but also an amazing place to drink, especially if you like creative cocktails.
Yeah.
And I want to get back to this one in a minute, but first, and I can't believe I haven't talked about this yet, there's a huge controversy brewing around Guinness.
Uh-oh.
For years, people have talked about the perfect pour of Guinness, argued over exactly what the perfect pour is. It's one of those things you talk about when you're drinking Guinness in a pub with someone. Now, there's a new battleground opening about Guinness, a pint that is neither fully stout nor fully sober. Pubs have sparked controversy in Ireland after introducing a 60-40 pint that blends Guinness non-alcoholic with the original stout to create a lower alcohol pour. New blend lowers a pint from 4.2% ABV, which is not that much.
No.
A lot of people think that Guinness is a big, heavy stout. It's not.
Yeah, it's actually quite sessionable.
But
other
this-
than the fact that it's quite filling.
But this new blend lowers the pint from 4.2% ABV to around 1.7 because they're mixing the non-alcoholic Guinness, which you've told me you think is actually quite good.
I mean, if you pour yourself the Guinness Zero and the Guinness pub draft next to each other, and you try them next to each other, you can tell there's a difference. But blind tasteful tells I couldn't tell which one was which.
Well,
and they're both quite good.
Palmerstown House Pub on Old Lucan Road in Dublin is among the first to offer this hybrid pint. All of the Guinness character, they say, just a little lighter. Great for when you're in the mood for a pint, but with a little less alcohol. Just ask for a 60-40.
So good a baby could drink it in Ireland.
And they do.
Well, I mean, think about this though. That's a great solution to if you're going to go have lunch,
Right.
and you're going to have a couple pints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a really nice.
And
solution.
you still have to work for the rest of the day.
Right. So you're not slamming back a bunch of beers, or you are, but you're still not getting the effects of a bunch of beers. That's a pretty nice solution.
Yeah, it really is. And it's also good, like, if you're going to be out for a long time and you want to drink lots of beers while you're out, it doesn't stack up quite as
The non-alcoholic beer thing is really, where I'm seeing it a lot right now, interestingly enough, is John Mulaney is apparently part owner in a company called Years Beer, and he's famously sobered up, gone dry with everything.
Because he was a mess.
He was,
for a while,
and he's just famously talks about it all the time. And now he's doing the advertisements for this because apparently he loves the taste of beer, but obviously can't drink anymore. So this non-alcoholic beer is really getting a push right now.
I would say of the ones we've tried, the Guinness non-alcoholic is probably one of the best.
I was going to say let's give kudos to Guinness for creating a zero alcohol beer.
Yeah,
that is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't, they'd ruin their names.
Because a lot of them aren't. I mean, I've had some non-alcoholic beers.
Well, we had our non-alcoholic beer taste test, and
it wasn't good.
Not a lot of them that stood up.
No, there really wasn't.
Same thing with non-alcoholic spirits. They're all just crap.
Yeah, I agree. And we don't have to.
One of the funniest ones I remember from our non-alcoholic beer taste test that a lot of the mainstream ones were not very good, but we found one that looked cheaper than everything else. It was called Texas Select.
Yeah, it looked like the beer that's cheaper than Lone Star is what it looked like.
And it was a better non-alcoholic beer than most.
Yes, it was, I think, one of our favorites from that whole taste test.
It was.
Well, speaking of favorites, I think I may have a new favorite cocktail at your place. Yeah, this is so complex and interesting. And this one, again, is called...
This is Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. Yeah. Is this a specialty or one that's on the menu?
This is on the menu all the time.
Oh, wow.
It started off as a specialty, and then everybody just loved it. So we're like, well, we got to keep it around.
I have to tell you, as it warms up, so this is very viscous as well. Like, when you take a sip, the mouthfeel is huge on this.
Yeah.
I would almost say pulpy, but it's not pulpy. It's just.
But it almost feels like that.
Yeah, it's just a big mouthfeel, and it's interesting because we're sitting outside, of course, so it's warming up a little fast. And warm, it's starting to gain even more of those
more
aromatics and things like that are, and it still tastes fantastic. It doesn't. It doesn't need ice cold to mask any flavors. It's fantastic.
No.
I will just mention, by the way, all of us have now taken down our round orange ice cube from the first drink. And it was wonderful in and of itself. It was
worth the wait at the end to let it melt a little bit and then have the whole ice cube at once.
You know what it's like when you eat the olive from a martini and it's been soaking in the vodka or the gin, right?
Yeah,
and you take it, and it's got so much flavor. Well, this is a different kind of flavor, obviously, because it's orange, but it was kind of like that after floating in that cocktail. Yeah. It was just an absolutely wonderful little snow cone finish. To the beverage. This is using your bourbon, right?
Yes.
And uses, I'm guessing, a number of other things. How many different ingredients are in this?
I think there's 6 or 8 in this. Yeah. Which is
don't try this
which is not as many as a lot of our cocktails, but
still it's
hey, at least he's smart enough to not just put 6 or 7.
Yeah,
that's right. Seven is not the right number.
Look what he did. I have a mic in my hand. It's hard to do the 6, 7.
So there's cranberry juice, blood orange 2 ways, or bourbon. Yeah, I think it's really nice. And unfortunately the smoke bubble didn't work outside, too much wind, but
inside, it still added the flavor that was really
the kiss
wonderful.
of cinnamon on top.
Yeah.
Wow, before we go to break, we have to
see this.
Yeah.
This can't be a cocktail.
This is to go with your cocktail.
Oh, okay. So we'll get into this in the second hour of the show. I will just mention, by the way, as we go to break, that the whole 6-7 thing has taken on new meaning now because Canadian pop rock singer Bryan Adams is now changing his Summer of '69 song to the Summer of '67, so the audience will go crazy
there you go.
every time. That's free, Brian. You
Because
can
when
take
I
that.
think, because when I think of Brian Adams listeners, I think of the same ones doing 6, 7 all the time.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
think.
right.
Exactly.
I bet they would totally do it though if he did it at his show. All right.
All right. Well, we have to eat this before it completely melts.
All right, so we'll do that. We'll come back and tell you how it is in the second hour of the show. Drinking news still around the corner. This is Smoking and Toasting on location at Eculent. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting.
So this is one of our.
This is cotton candy, right?
It's cotton candy. It's one of our most famous dishes. This is called a pig in a cloud. Everybody loves it. Now the fun part is you got to eat it in one bite. So you got to shove the whole
really?
thing
So
in
I
your
haven't
mouth.
been doing that.
Yeah, whole thing in your mouth.
Okay, I've been messing that up.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, just.
Oh, you the whole thing. Now I get it.
You do it, and I'll be presidential and go quiet, piggy.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, so
What is happening here?
what is in the middle of that?
That is so good.
Pork belly.
Bacon,
Pork belly.
pork belly,
Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh,
warm pork belly. In the
so this is
middle
why
of
you're
a
saying you gotta
cloud
eat the whole thing.
of cotton candy.
Wow.
That is so outrageous.
Wow.
Yeah. So we cure the pork belly in Korean spices, so it's got some heat to it.
Oh, it does. It's wonderful.
Then we fry it up. We coat it in cotton candy, and then we add kind of my secret ingredient we call fire salt, which has got 17 different spices in it, but adds like almost a campfire taste to it that we sprinkle on the outside of the cotton candy.
So good.
Okay, so now
Yeah. So it's
going back to the cocktail.
and back to the cocktail.
Wow.
Yeah.
The
Then try that.
savory meatiness of that pork belly just brings a whole other flavor out of this, which is fascinating and wonderful. I don't even quite know how to describe it. It's just more savory than it was before. Wow.
Yeah. So it's a good combination: the pig in the cloud and the
Okay,
Sleepy
so
Hollow.
I was taking little bites of the cotton candy, and you said, okay, put the whole thing in your mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did, I had no idea what to expect in the middle.
Right.
Yeah. No,
And it
I
just
couldn't have predicted that.
Exploded with that flavor. It was unbelievable.
Oh,
That's
That was
the
unreal.
that's the trick, right?
so.
Because I get people and they try and nibble on. I'm like, don't do that. Shove the whole thing in.
So I assume that's probably on your menu round.
That is.
year round, right?
Yes, year round.
Wow. That's
That's
exciting.
amazing.
I will totally be ordering that. And I got to be honest with you, if I just seen it on the menu, I don't know if that's one I would have ordered.
Right.
But I will certainly be ordering it now. Because that would have seemed, that seems a little strange. I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm going to bring my wife here, and she's going to eat like 4 of those.
I know. That is just amazing. It's amazing.
I got to tell you, this is, there's restaurants where you go to eat good food, and then there's restaurants where you go for a cuisine experience. And that's more what Eculent is.
Man.
This is something different than you're going to find. You're not going to get this at Red Robin.
No.
And
And if you do, something's wrong.
If you do, someone has gone rogue in the Red Robin kitchen.
Exactly.
Go, have you tried my pork belly and cotton candy? They've been looking at him like, what are you doing?
That
Kinda
is one of
cracky
the most
smoking.
unusual things I've ever had.
Yeah.
And what an amazingly pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And
this-
I'm totally, like, next time I come here with my wife, I'm going to be like, you have to have this, and you're not allowed to see what it is.
Exactly.
Right. Just put the whole thing in your mouth and go.
I just want to see the total experience happen.
Yeah, because people, they'll order it, and they'll ask me, like, what should we order? I'm like, you got to have a pig in a cloud. And they're like, I'm like, trust me. If you don't like it, I'll take it off the bill.
Oh.
And then they
I
eat it,
bet
and they're
you've
like,
never had to take it off the bill.
And then they're like, we'll have more of those. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Another order of pigs in the cloud.
Yeah.
I love that. It seems like it's either going to be an amazing delicacy or a Pink Floyd song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
One of the two.
It could be both.
I love it. Ian has poured our next beer for us. This is from Cambridge, Maryland, and it's called Marylan, Marylan. Like Maryland, but Maryland.
Coming in at 5.8% by volume. Hazy IPA.
Yeah, and show the picture with Maryland on the can there.
It's a pretty cool can
Nice.
with the hot pink and the
All right, so we are back to
release of
citrus
Maryland on it.
Yeah.
in a
you can-
big way.
Big
here.
way. You can smell it. Wow.
Which, by the way, finishes that pig in a cloud in a beautiful way.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
I did not know what to expect from this one. To be honest, when I saw Maryland Monroe on the can, I thought this might be a little gimmicky, but it's totally not.
That's a good beer.
No, it's nice.
Totally not.
That is an incredibly well-balanced hazy right there.
So, again, I bring you a well-balanced hazy IPA.
It's fruity.
I've got a
delicious.
track record going here.
It's got just the right amount of bitter on the end and not be
not overpowering.
Exactly. Yeah. This is a well balanced beer. Good job, guys.
Yeah. And this is I don't think we've had this brewery.
R.A.R. Brewing. R.A.R. Not
R.A.R.
R.A.H.R. from
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth. This is R.A.R. Brewing from
Cambridge, Maryland.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Cambridge, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I lived in the Maryland area for a while. There are some amazing breweries in Maryland. And I think it's because of Maryland's proximity to Washington, D.C., where senators drink a lot.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're drinking enough.
Maybe we need them to drink a little more.
Drink a little more.
Yeah,
Maybe make them a little more agreeable.
What we should have said is, you can't have any more beers until the government shutdown is lifted.
There we
and
go.
it wouldn't have lasted so long.
A day,
right?
an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, what? No.
That's right. Yeah. You see Rand Paul going, I'm lifting this shutdown.
That's right.
It's important for the American people and for me because I really want a hazy IPA.
That's right.
No, this is quite good. As you said, very well balanced.
Yeah.
And this is so. I just want to talk about this a little bit because I feel like this is a trend. IPA is one of my favorite styles of beer. I am the IPA guy on the show, more so than my friend Ian. But what we have noticed, I would say, in the last 6 months or so, is that so many more of the IPAs we brought on the show have been really well balanced. Yeah. And I think that's a trend that's developing in brewing as people kind of went through that. Hey, how hoppy can I make this?
So IPAs,
and kind of backed off of that a little and said, how can we make it
getting
taste
popular? 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. It started getting popular 20 years ago. And then you had this explosion of IPAs. Let's see how crazy huge we can make these IPAs.
Right. How can we be hoppier than the other guys?
And I'm sorry, guys, but Stone won.
Yeah. No, they are the innovator when it comes to
Stone
extremely hoppy IPAs.
Because they can make it that hoppy and it's still a good beer instead of just being like, I have pine cones stuck in my teeth.
Yeah.
And then now I think it's only taken, 15 years now for them to go, well, let's make it balanced instead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's, I think we're starting to see these IPAs that are coming out and being more balanced.
Well, as a
now,
style...
I'll tell you, as a beer drinker, I'm still a little annoyed that every brewery and restaurant I go to, I have to sift past all the IPAs to find maybe the one slightly malty beer on the menu. But if the IPAs are going in this direction, this is a much more drinkable IPA than a lot of ones that I see on menus right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I think has happened in the IPA space, for a hot minute, IPA was the biggest thing there was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as that has cooled off and people have pivoted to drinking more Pilsners and lagers, and those things have been really huge for the last couple of years, I think it has kind of put the IPA makers into, okay, how can we make an IPA that's going to compete with not just people who are IPA centric, but people who like some of these other beers? How can we balance this out enough to make this work? And kudos to R.A.R. Brewing for having one of these. This is a beer. If you're in the DC area, find this and drink it because this is good. It's
nice. Very nice.
Well worth it. Still have more beer to come on the show. The Burial Brewing Company is the guys from which we will sample an Imperial Stout today called Walking Through the Abyss into Nowhere. I like it just for the name.
Yes.
It's going to be good. And we have more cocktails to try too.
Yes, we do.
But before we get too far away from this, is this... I hear a cat somewhere. Is there a favorite cocktail personally for you that you guys have made?
Ooh.
And is that one we have tried?
Well, last time you were here,
yes,
the mask, I think
the mask was such an
is one because it's a delicious cocktail. It's easy to drink, but it's got
an experience.
It's an experience that you you can't find anywhere else. There's
Right.
nobody
Hundreds.
has a cocktail like that, right?
Guys, if you're wanting to impress a date,
Can we put a
I'm
picture
serious.
of that up here? Like
which one?
Of the
The
mask,
mask.
from last time,
from
with
last
the
Oh.
the
The
goblet
Yes,
thing.
yes, yes. That
yeah,
one
just
definitely. We have
for
some.
reference, because
Yeah.
you'll never even see a cocktail
No.
like that,
No.
right? It's so
That's the
unbelievable.
one that covered the face with
Yes.
the basil that was in there.
Yes.
That was amazing for the aromatics. There.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I love about it is it leads you in the direction of, if you're somebody that just drinks and enjoys drinking, but you just kind of like go right to the drink and swallow it down. This leads you in a way towards, let's experience
Yeah.
Yeah.
these cocktails.
Yeah.
Let's really kind of, let's breathe it in. Let's savor the taste on the palate and get to what makes this really special. And I absolutely love this. I really do. I really do. Chef, we haven't even gotten to any of the spirits,
We have not.
but everything that we have tried cocktail-wise
made
uses
with
the
us.
spirits from
Yes.
your distillery, from Meticulous
Meticulous.
Spirits.
Yep.
And I just wanted to ask you, when you bought this place, was your first thought of doing a restaurant? Was your first thought of doing a winery? Was your first thought
Yeah.
of doing
The
a
chicken and egg,
distillery?
right?
Like
Which
how did
came
it
first?
How did it happen?
Yeah. So it started with the winery. That was
Okay.
in 2007. And then the restaurant, Eculent, came in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And then the distillery came in 2020. So basically, pandemic, which set us back a little bit. But
Let's make some spirits.
yeah, let's got to do something, right?
Yeah.
I got nothing else to do. Let's drink something, right?
There you go.
So so we got the distillery going in 2020, and you can find us at Specs and Total Wine, and
Yeah.
we the whole point I had in making the spirits was, if it's not drinkable out of the bottle, we don't sell it. We don't make it, right?
Which then translates to how good the cocktails are.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you're using the right spirit
Yeah.
for a cocktail,
Yeah.
it's like,
It
people
shines.
people talk all the time about, like if you're making margaritas, for example,
Mhm.
that it's kind of a waste to use an añejo tequila or something something expensive. And I've
believe-
even said that myself before, but I'm going to contradict my own self. You can make some pretty amazing
Yeah.
margaritas
Yeah.
with some really, really good tequila.
Right.
And I think that speaks to the quality of these cocktails that we've had, is that the spirit itself, you're starting with a really great expression. And now you're adding these things to it to create this combination of flavors and make a really good cocktail,
think
which I would tell you more about, but I've finished mine. So
Yeah, because everything that we do is basically chef driven, because I'm the creator, right? And a lot of spirits are not that way, right? It's somebody in the distillery, and it's like, let's just make this, let's see what it comes out. Like the gin. So we have a few other expressions of gin that are only available in the distillery, and one of them has got 47 different botanicals in it.
wow.
Now,
But
last time
I
we
didn't
were
know
here,
there
we
were
saw your
47.
You have a botanical room
We do upstairs.
where you talked a little bit about that while we were off camera. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that coming up. Drinking News is right around the corner. And I think it's time for another cocktail, Courtney, for this next segment. It's Smoking and Toasting. We are on location at Eculent, and we're so glad we're here. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. Speaking of which, Ian, you just showed yours to the camera, and it's got a very cool, very Christmassy green
Christmassy.
Isn't it beautiful?
band on that. What is that?
It's a Rocky Patel Emerald. I haven't had one of these, and I saw it in the shop the other day, and I thought I'd buy it. So we're gonna try it on the show.
Rocky Patel Emerald.
Yeah,
I
look
like
at
it.
that thing.
All right. So Courtney from here at Eculent has brought us another drink, and I'm going to show you what mine looks like. This is not a regular straw. This is something interesting and unusual.
Some kind of wacky thing from your
Some
brain.
wacky.
And then
Like
there's
it.
also sort of like a
This looks like a scratch-off.
A scratch-off ticket of sorts, yeah.
Like
you're gonna win the
lottery.
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna
Courtney,
win the
come over
lottery.
and tell us what we are dealing with here before we try this this cocktail with its own special straw. What exactly is this?
So this will be our secret cocktail. When you
Oh.
order it, it will change. This evening, I
Okay.
did give you guys all the same cocktail.
Okay.
You do get the scratch off, and I won't tell you what it is until you start to scratch off, usually. But today, what we have is going to be had a question?
Well, sure, yeah. I was just going to say, if I come and order this, is it different from time to time,
Yes.
and I get a
Every time.
scratch off that tells me
Every
what
time.
mine
And
is?
if
Yes.
two people order at the table, do they normally get different things?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
But in this case, we all have the same one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that'll make it interesting to see. So should I taste first or scratch off?
I would say go ahead and give it a little taste.
Okay,
All
fair
right.
enough. And before we go too far, what is this straw made out of?
So that is going to be an edible straw, and it's tropical flavor.
What?
Yeah.
See, this
What?
this is the solution to the big straw debate. Because remember when they started trying to have you not use plastic straws,
Exactly.
which
I
is
hate
stupid.
the paper one.
Like,
I hate the
straw.
paper one.
I hate
The
paper
straw.
straw.
everybody hated it.
I hate the way the paper ones feel on my lips.
Right.
It's terrible.
But obviously, plastic straws, there's some environmental issues there. So I think you've come up with a solution.
Yep.
Edible straws.
Edible.
Yeah, you use them and they hold up and then you eat them.
And you eat it.
I love it. I love it.
Adds to the cocktail.
This is the most boozy of the
Oh, by far.
of the
Oh, yes.
cocktails that we've had so far.
But this might not be the one you get if you order a secret cocktail, right?
Exactly.
The
All right.
start scratch.
Yes. Tell me.
Okay. So you got lines across here to say, okay, go across the straight across this line here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any way you want. You're just going to scratch it off.
All right, here we go.
Okay, limited rum.
I got 3 cherries.
Powerball hit.
By the way, I thought this was a rum cocktail from that first.
I
taste.
got
Sand bitters and lime.
sand bitters, lime.
Mm-hmm.
I do apologize for my handwriting. I keep getting called a serial killer handwriting.
Simple
Serial
syrup.
killer handwriting. You know, you're supposed to say doctor handwriting. Doctors also have very bad.
So mine
They
says, yeah,
It's not that it's bad, it's just very small.
Oh.
mine says simple syrup, and I think the last one says you are now going to die.
No, that's the next segment.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, what does it say? Is that
Pineapple.
pineapple? Okay, I do taste the pineapple, so I get that.
This is super fun. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the most fun drink ever.
That's it's kind of like, if you get the scratch off cards, the bingo one gives you the max like scratch factor.
Right.
Right. This is
Well, you're scratching for days on that thing.
this one right here. You have a little scratch card that you're playing with. This is so fun.
All right, so
Your
me
mind
ask
is
this.
so bizarre when it comes
you guys
to
are
this.
you
I
guys
love
are
this.
so creative. Could you do this? And if not, I understand. But could you, prepare these cocktails, prepare a scratch off? If somebody, let's say, wanted to come out and do a really romantic dinner at Eculent
Oh, yeah.
and propose,
Propose. Oh, absolutely.
could you make one
Will
of
you
these
marry
scratch
me?
off? that says, "Will you
Absolutely.
marry me?" You could do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So you obviously have a machine that makes this happen.
Courtney. That's the machine.
Courtney is the machine.
She
Let-
is the machine, and she
All
has
right.
tiny handwriting.
Let me see the mic for her for a
Very
moment.
tiny handwriting.
Yeah, you do have tiny
That is
handwriting,
not,
Courtney,
that's
but
not that it's not serial killer. It's just
Yeah, no.
very tiny.
yeah. So,
It's more like Smurf handwriting.
but seriously,
Smart handwriting. There we go.
if I were to call ahead and say, okay, I'm bringing my fiance out, I'm gonna propose. Could this
Yeah.
something you could set up for me?
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Tell me this wouldn't be a story that
Or breakup.
Oh, even better.
Me plus you.
Look at her
sad
face.
Sad face.
Well, I know that in 2026, the Valentine's Day is on a Saturday, which means Friday 13th is on that Friday.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah.
you could make
Friday
one
you
like
break up, Saturday you make up.
what was that old what was that old Steve Martin routine? I break with thee, I break with thee. You can put that on there, yeah. And then you throw dog poop on your shoes. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
No dog poop here at Eculent.
No,
but,
no dog poop.
But seriously though, this is a wonderful cocktail.
Yeah.
And tell me again about this straw.
Have you tried the straw?
It is an edible tropical flavor straw.
Yeah.
So what
Just
is
bite it off.
very interesting
Ooh,
about being able
yeah.
to do these secret cocktails, by the way, is that I or our other bartender Evan will walk around and we'll try to strike up conversations to see what you typically like.
Right.
So if you do order it, we already kind of have a.
You're gearing it towards
Yeah.
us. Oh.
Yeah.
What's the name of this drink? Just mystery drink? Or?
It's called the secret cocktail.
The secret cocktail.
I love this. Oh, well, this particular secret cocktail is wonderful. I'm getting all kinds of fruitiness, pineapple. What else am I getting in there, Ian?
Oh, well, I love the tiki-inspired glass, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Tiki-inspired glass.
I'm all about tiki anytime you can get there.
This is the one time I don't want to have to end a segment.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So
Yeah.
there's almost a warm, chocolatey kind of note.
Yeah, I think some of that comes from the straw.
Is that from the straw? Is
Yeah,
it
I think a little bit from
almost
the
like
straw.
a
Delicious.
Isn't it?
It's amazing.
We'll talk more about the most delicious straw I've ever eaten.
big pineapple.
And drinking news is next. It's Smoking and Toast. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toast, and we are on location at Eculent in Kemah, Texas, which is a place you got to come because these the food, the drinks, amazing. This is if you're trying to impress a date, or if you want to break up with them, and you got the special scratch-off card. Either way, you will leave the perfect memory. That's the way that it works.
Yes.
Ian, you just lit another cigar, and it was a Rocky Patel. Before we get into drinking news, tell me what you got
This
there.
Rocky Patel Emerald, like it lights spicy. It's not a Nicaraguan pepper blast, but it lights spicy, and then it starts settling into toast and a super spicy bomb. It's really, really nice. It's a little outside of what I expected from the Rocky Patel, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's like toasty toast and spicy spice, and I don't know what else. So I'll get into it.
Spicy Spice was my favorite Spice Girl.
Yeah, she was good.
I liked her the best. Yeah. But
Just ask for that.
yeah. Well, we've come to the part of the show that people either look forward to or dread, depending on how smart they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for drinking news.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I didn't take my gator to the vet.
drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all. So, special appearance by Terry's daughter, Marley. Thank you very much. Well done. Love your WSQK special shirt for
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Thank you. Yep. It's all good. And still enjoying this cocktail. And we have a pretty interesting beer to try. But first, it's drinking news time. And before we get to our main story on this week's drinking news, first, a report out of Florida that reminds me of one of the all-time best and my personal favorite Monty Python skits. If you're anywhere close to my age, first of all, I'm sorry. But secondly, all I have to say
parrot is no more.
all I have to say is the phrase, "'Tis a flesh wound." And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
John Cleese as the Black Knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail is one of the most laugh-out-loud funny scenes in all of cinema. And that skit was all I could think of when I stumbled across this story from a few years ago involving then 46-year-old Jonathan Crenshaw, a Florida man who accomplished something both awful and amazing. Jonathan, our Florida man, is homeless. And he's not just homeless. Jonathan Crenshaw has no arms. And despite these two facts, Crenshaw is actually well known in the Miami Beach area as a street artist who paints with his feet. I'm sure you've seen some of these things on TV.
A leg up on
exactly. His paintings are known to sell for about $60 a piece, which is not enough to buy a home with, but at least enough, even in this economy, to get something to eat for dinner. But this armless Florida man, no word, by the way, as to whether a gator was involved in creating his condition, he made the news a while back for stabbing a 22-year-old tourist. Now, right about now, I know what your brain is doing. It's trying to picture a mental image of how a guy with no arms could possibly stab someone. And the answer that you're probably coming up with is, in fact, the correct one. Crenshaw stabbed a young man from Chicago named Cesar Coronado by holding a pair of scissors with his feet.
Stabbed you with my toes.
Now, although Crenshaw claimed self-defense, the tourist from Chicago and a friend who witnessed the incident told police that all he had done was ask the Florida man for directions. The Miami New Times reported that this was not the first time Crenshaw had run into trouble with the law. In fact, the man's most recent conviction was in 2014, where he was sentenced to 180 days in jail for felony battery on a police officer.
Directions make me stabby.
Now, while this is obviously bad, it does conjure up an even more amazing picture in one's mind. I'm serious. This is one talented Florida man. To be able to actually commit felony assault on a police officer while hopping up and down and with no arms or fists proves that talent. Although, unfortunately, unlike Spider-Man, Florida man does not seem to use his powers for good. But our main story in today's drinking news involves a recent prize given out at the IG Nobel Awards. IG Nobel is a lighthearted twist on the better-known Nobel Prize Awards that's dedicated to research that makes you laugh and then think. And in 2024, the top physiology spot went to the team behind a wild new theory called butt breathing. The team of researchers that won the award, I was expecting laughter at butt breathing. I paused.
I'm sorry, I was laughing really hard, but
on the inside.
I was also looking for my bottle opener, which I somehow lost. So, butt breathing.
The team of researchers that won this award did so for their paper that describes the discovery that many mammals are capable
to hold my
breath,
but breathing is the best.
Did you see that South Park where they decided you should eat through your butt?
Yeah.
Well,
this is similar to that because the team of researchers that won this award, they did so for their paper that describes the discovery that many mammals are capable of breathing through their anus. And what's more, recent further research has evaluated the safety of this method in humans.
This air smells like
for the very first time.
That ain't the way God intended it.
And found that the technique might give the lungs of those who are facing severe respiratory failure a chance to rest and heal. Now, I know if you're like us here at Drinking News, you're probably filled with wonder at this new discovery.
yes.
And specifically, you're wondering, how the hell can you breathe with your butt?
Yeah, how can I do that? How can I make that happen by next Tuesday?
It's actually called enteral ventilation. And researchers apparently started by putting a lot of highly oxygenated liquid into pig and rat digestive systems through what they referred to as
Oh, come on.
an enema-style technique.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Sounds like breathing might not be the way you want to go in that.
An enema-style technique.
Enema style.
Enema style.
Enema style.
Yeah.
In the style of enema.
Yeah.
Within, yes, thank you. Within the style of enema.
Yes.
Wouldn't it have been great if instead of Gangnam style, it would have been enema style?
Yes.
Bump, bada, bump, bada, bump. Once that liquid reaches the large intestine, the gas then successfully entered into the animal's bloodstreams. And then 27 healthy male participants, humans, were given between 25 and 1,500 milliliters of a non-oxygenated version to hold in their rectums for 60 minutes.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. If you ask me to hold
60
something
minutes?
in my rectum for 60
No
minutes,
way.
yeah, we're
Can
gonna
you
have
just hold it apart?
we're gonna have to have a
exactly.
conversation.
Exactly.
Is that what that
That's
is?
not
Apparently, though, there were no serious side effects, although some did report feelings of bloating and discomfort,
Yeah.
which seemed to increase as the volume rose. And I literally wrote down, "You think?"
I'm going to shove this hose compressor up.
Yeah,
And you're
exactly.
It does,
Hey,
But
man,
you're gonna
what about-
breathe.
What about the guy who took Beano before this?
Oh, yeah.
Before this
There'll be no
experiment.
gas after that.
There'll be
the
no
musical
gas.
fruit. It does seem that we're going to have to wait for a while for this process to pass all the necessary cheeks checks.
Yeah.
But if it succeeds, it would realize the original paper's proposal
You know,
of
hold on. I'm not holding my breath. I have a tube up my butt.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Yeah.
If this succeeds, it would realize the original paper's proposal of repurposing the booty as an accessory breathing organ.
So can you imagine scuba diving after
Oh,
this?
yeah.
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 The new equipment.
You know, let me just say that as someone who spends a decent amount of time hanging out with him, I can truthfully testify that my Smoking and Toasting co-host Ian has already mastered the exhale portion
Oh, the
of
exhale.
this procedure. I mean, that happened on the car ride he gave me on the way to the show today, and I can tell you that it wasn't pleasant.
It's called personal expression.
But the inhaling part, if you can call it that, may be a little tougher. That said, it's inevitable that someone who has mastered the art of butt breathing, or at least the exhale portion of this exercise, is going to want to brag and talk about their abilities. And if you meet one of these people, you can expect them to have quite a bit to say
I know
about
it sounds like I'm talking, but I'm breathing
You
in
said they
right
want
now.
to talk about their
Yeah,
ability?
talk about it.
Yeah. So naturally here at Drinking News, we've composed a handy list of what they might actually say to you if you wind up having a conversation with them about their special abilities. And we put these comments together for
Sorry,
you
bro, but your breath is bad.
in the
Yeah.
form of another quite handy Drinking News top 5 list, which for your edification, I will share with you now. Could I get a little top 5 butt breathing music, please? This would be the top 5 things a butt breather might say to you. Top 5 things you might hear from a butt breather. Number 5. Dude, I'm just breathing here, but I think that burrito I had for lunch may have been past its due date. Number 4. You should never try butt breathing at an Apple store. They don't have windows. Oh. Number 3. I tried butt breathing in an elevator, and it was wrong on so many levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2. My butt breathing technique is so advanced, I'm nicknamed after a famous 18th century pharaoh. They call me Tutankhamun. And the number 1 thing, I'm glad I got a laugh. See, this is one of the great reasons to come here. I got 1 laugh,
There you go.
and it was from the chef, and I appreciate that. Number 1 thing a butt breather might say to you. Number 1, I was just doing my breathing exercises in the next room. Do not go in there. Reporting live from Florida, where if a homeless man with no arms learned to do butt breathing, he would be really dangerous because that would classify as a silent but deadly weapon.
Yes.
My name is Cruz, and that is your...
Drinking news, drinking news. That's our time for drinking news.
Yeah.
Cheers, y'all.
You know, you were always told, don't chew with your mouth full.
Yeah.
It's like, don't
Oh.
breathe with your mouth open, please.
Oh.
Brings a no-
I'd just like to say the highlight of the show for me today
Welcome.
has been Marley saying I had to take my gator to the vet.
There you go.
That's been my
Yeah.
favorite part
I think so.
of the whole show. Ian, you poured our final beer for us, and this is an Imperial Stout that is from the folks at Burial Beer Company. If you think their name is weird, the name of the beer is Walking Through the Abyss into Nowhere. We have it poured. It's an Imperial Stout. Ian, have you done any research at all?
I haven't. I was busy
You're-
laughing
you're-
and playing ukulele.
You were playing ukulele. giving me some butt breathing music, which I
Butt
appreciate.
breathing music.
Yeah.
Oh my God! But now
working
that I
on your
have,
technique.
holy cow!
Wow.
Wow.
Would
Whoa.
you like
What
a
a news.
chocolate bourbon bomb right here?
Chocolate,
My
bourbon,
God.
and marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
That's what
I
I'm
was about to
getting.
say,
Yeah. Marshmallow. Wow.
Holy cow!
Yeah, you just need like a freaking peppermint stick and some butt breathing, and you got
Walking
this.
through the abyss into nowhere, Imperial Stout with clear that off with burial, unstilled coffee beans, hazelnut, cinnamon, and vanilla bean.
Yeah.
So Burial
The
Beer Company.
hazelnut, yeah.
This is the first time we've ever had one of their beers on the show, and I'm going to promise you
holy
this:
cow.
it will not be the last.
I will
That's
drink this.
fantastic.
I will drink this floating down the river. It's coming in at 14%.
That sounds
So
about
it's
right.
coming
that
in hot,
much.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
so good.
I don't know what to say except wow. Like
I agree.
I almost can't
Wow.
overstate this in
Yeah.
any way.
Agreed. Like this is so good, and the aftertaste is so gentle
It's smooth.
Yes.
and chocolatey
Yeah.
and delicious. Yes.
So often when you get something that's what you say 14%,
Mhm.
it's so boozy, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the booziness kind of takes over
Yeah.
the whole
No.
flavor. That's
This
not
does
the
not.
case
So
here.
this definitely has a bourbon flavor to it, but
Yeah.
the bourbon flavor is not boozy bourbon.
No.
It's just the
It's a
bourbon,
warminess.
deliciousness. It's that the vanilla and all the
Mhm.
things you get from the wood, the woodiness. There's almost an astringency on the aftertaste too that leaves you just like wanting another sip. It's
We call that
fantastic.
the Doritos
Yeah,
effect.
it's so
Yeah.
good.
I just want to mention, I am smoking a Reserva Real Nicaragua, which is an AJ Fernandez cigar, and it marries beautifully with this stout. It's like forms like Voltron, as you like to say.
So this Rocky Patel Emerald is toast and oak and spice, and it's absolutely fantastic with this.
Well, we have one more cocktail to try
Yes, we do.
here today, and I understand
Madness.
it's something fairly complex.
Very complex, very
So,
special.
I'm very excited about it. We will do that in our final segment, which is coming up. This is Smoking and Toasted, and we will be right back. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting, and we are on location
Boy,
at
is it.
Eculent. And before she even puts the drops in it, I have to say this is the most beautiful cocktail
It's
I've ever
pretty
had.
amazing.
I haven't even tasted it, but it's gorgeous. And you're putting something in it that says Giusti 100. What is Giusti 100? Ian, let her have the mic so we can hear what she says.
So this is actually a balsamic vinegar that has been aged over 100 years
Over
now.
100 years.
Wow.
$1,000 a bottle.
So let me ask you this question.
$1,000. Show
$1,000
that
a
bottle.
Obviously,
$1,000.
balsamic vinegar obviously is a great thing. I love it.
That's
My wife
amazing.
uses it amazingly when she cooks. But what is the advantage to a balsamic vinegar that has been aged for that length of time? 100 years.
100 years, yeah. That was, it's actually, what did we say? We figured it out, it was like 107 years old.
All right, so
Yeah.
so as opposed to just the balsamic vinegar that I can go and buy at the
Yeah.
little store downstairs in my building, what is the advantage to something aged for this long?
The complexity, the aroma,
Right?
the viscosity of it, it's just unlike anything you'd
Yeah.
ever have.
I will just say the concept of vinegar, balsamic or any other, in a drink doesn't necessarily sound like an ordinary thing.
No.
Well, what's interesting is a lot of things that have vinegar bases in cocktails is going to go back to indigenous roots.
Yeah.
Something that's called a shrub.
Shrubs.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what does that mean exactly? I know what a shrub is, but
Uh,
what does it mean in the context of the drink?
If we're familiar with anything called a simple syrup,
Right.
instead of using water, you're going to be using a vinegar base for it.
Oh.
And that is where you create a shrub. You can do shrubs of many different varieties. I believe one of them is strawberry that we've done.
Yeah, yeah.
We've done blueberry.
Blueberries,
we've done
blackberries.
Wow. All right,
Very
so again, this is so pretty. I almost don't want to drink it,
But you got to.
but I got to.
Because it's radio.
Exquisite.
Wow. So there's so much going on there. So I just want to say, we've tried, 4 cocktails today? Yeah. Every single one of them has been incredibly complex. These are not just like, oh, that's really good. I can taste the bourbon and I can taste the simple syrup or whatever. Like, there's so much going on here. What is in this?
So this one is going to be vodka. There is going to be a little bit of a traditional rosemary turbinado in it. We are going to have balsamic vinegar, obviously, a little bit of blackberry juice, and a splash of lime, and a splash of port. And then we shake it with egg whites, so it gives it an extra layer of silky smoothness.
I feel like I can taste all of that. I can taste the port. I can taste the egg whites.
Yep.
Ian, your thoughts? You've been very quiet.
The only thing I've ever had that has this consistency is a drink from New Orleans called the shaken egg whites with sorry, I'm blanking on the name of it right now, where they shake it for like 11
Courtney
minutes.
knows. Yep.
Any sours?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what it's actually.
And it's absolutely amazing to take a sip of. Like, the mouthfeel is so silky and smooth, and then there's a slight tartness to it, but there's also this pop of flavor that's indescribable. Like, I don't even know where to put it, but the whole thing is under this umbrella of this beautiful floral scent that's just amazing.
What are these flowers in here, Courtney?
Violas.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, from our garden.
Yes, all of our garnishes either come from our garden or Chef will locally source them. Very much trying to support local people as well.
I just love that whole concept. I mean, there's been such a movement in cuisine and also in spirits and beers to support local producers of whether it's meat, whether it's vegetables, whether it's hops, whether it's different botanicals. The things that are locally sourced just seem to have a more pure flavor base to them. Am I making that up, or is that real?
No, that is very real. I can honestly say that what we get in, I don't think we've ever received any kind of bad product, especially from the smaller local or people we get stuff from.
This is an amazing cocktail. So I just want to say, if your idea of a cocktail is like, a whiskey sour or a rum and coke, these cocktails go way beyond those. And there's nothing wrong with a good rum and coke. Believe me,
we make those too.
Yeah, that can be amazing. But the amount of complexity to something like this to me, is just mind blowing. Like, how did you get these flavors to marry in this particular way? Was this trial and error, Chef?
Yes.
Or
a lot of things are going to be trial and error, but it's also a very big beauty of our staff. We do collaborate everywhere. I am one of the sous here as well, so having the culinary background between Chef and I and Evan, which is our other bartender, we come up some really chaotic
crazy stuff.
Chaotic is a good word also for that.
Do you feel like that's part of the secret to how you come up with these like incredibly complex cocktails?
Yeah.
Is the fact that you come at it from more of a
culinary,
a chef and a culinary point of view?
Oh, of course. Evan is really great at what she does. She was not trained to be a chef, though she is stepping into the role of what we do here beautifully. There's a handful of times I'll say something to her and I get the crazy look of, what did you just say? And that's a made-up word. I don't think that's correct.
We're fans of made-up words on this show. Yeah. We really are.
We should do a whole show made-up words.
Just out of curiosity, how much of the flavor complexity that we're getting in this cocktail comes from that 100-year-old balsamic vinegar that you use?
Quite a bit, actually. Yeah. The reason I give you 3 little drops on top, it is very, very potent and very powerful.
Amazing. Yeah. Potent and powerful. Wonderfully delicious. Ian,
I took a sip from Well, so she put 3 drops in there. So I took a sip from one of the thirds of the glass that didn't have the drop right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got, without disturbing the drops too much, I got a sip of the cocktail, and it was quite good. It's tart, it's delicious, it's complex. And then I turned it to one of the thirds of the glass that had that drop right in front of it.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different drink.
Mm.
So not only do you get that, and you can twirl it and mix it up, which I'm doing a little bit now, but you can try that spot. Like I can see there's a little more of that balsamic vinegar right here. So if I take that sip right there, I'm going to taste more of it. And it is a completely different animal right there. It warms it up. It gives it a...
it rounds it out too.
Yeah, like a very round... That round is a good word for it. Like it's not sweeter. It's more interesting. It's more deep. It's more full flavor.
Chef, Eculent in Kemah, Texas, down by the water. People can get reservations, or
they can book us
in,
on
right?
Open Table, or they can walk in. Yeah, we didn't even talk about our app that they can use to order from and get bonus points, all this stuff.
So I just wanted to say, if you would like to visit a place for dinner that has cocktails that have the same culinary approach as great dishes, Eculent is for you.
Yeah.
And we could not recommend it higher. These are delicious. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So
Courtney,
glad to have you back.
For doing this and for being a part of this. And special thanks to Terry's offspring, who provided excellent, cool stuff for the show. Thank you guys so much. Hey, we're excited about being back and celebrating the holidays again next week, and we will do that with you. And thank you so much for being here with us from Eculent Restaurant and like Cocktaileria. Thank you for...
No, it says Liquid
Lab.
Liquid Lab.
Liquid Lab.
I love that. And by the way, I scratched my thing off and it says someone is thinking about you. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to explore. And have a great week, my friends. Thank you, and as we love to say, cheers.